Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play American Truck Simulator. We have a pretty heavy load of, I think, 54 tons going from Seattle to Kingman, and we've got a long way to go. There we go, we're just turning right now because there was a crash over here on the freeway. So, off we go. We're waiting for a green, which I don't... There we go. Oh, jeez! I didn't actually take that corner very wide. So that's a bit of a problem. Oh yeah, I've got the parking brake on. And starting in too low, which is not very good. Okay, so I just turn here? I didn't even know you could do that. I mean that would be allowed, but I suppose... Oh, bloody hell. There we go. Getting to into the swing of it. Look at that, 4 high, full throttle, barely accelerating. Yep, that's 53 tons for you. But off we go. We've got 23 hours more of driving to go. And we've got... how much? Doesn't actually say. Oh, 1,200 miles to go. It's quite a lot. Oh wait, we're supposed to go right here, right?
Stay right, and then exit right.
45 speed limit. I wanted to start slowing down, but despite full throttle all of this time, yeah, we're not even at 45. There we go, now we are at 45. Yeah, I do enjoy having really heavy trailers. I don't know why. I just enjoy that. And here's the funny thing. I have never actually hauled anything with a car. Well, I mean, technically not. There was one time where I technically didn't really haul it. I reversed it because I was at a shipyard. Sorry, not really a shipyard, it was a port. And there were all these yachts there. Long story. Anyway, there were these 4 guys that had a boat there. And it was one of those ramps where you can load a boat right onto a trailer because you can reverse a trailer practically into the water. And the poor guy, you know, I wasn't paying any attention to them. We were talking about a yacht over there and just paying no attention. And this guy comes over and says, "Excuse me, could any one of you help us reverse the trailer onto the ramp?" So I said, "Yeah, sure, I can try." And here's the really funny thing. I've never driven anything with a trailer before, nor hauled anything with a trailer. And I reversed that like a pro. I don't mean to brag, but it was so funny. The guy was having so much problems, and remember, he owns the boat. It wasn't a big boat. It was like a fishing boat with a slightly stronger engine on the back, an outboard. But it was so funny. I reversed that on the first try, no problems, no thinking. I just did it. And you know why? Because I played Euro Truck and American Truck Simulator so much, and reversing a trailer, just a regular trailer like that, was easy peasy. Where was I actually going with this story? Now I don't remember. Oh yeah. Yeah, so I technically never actually hauled anything with a trailer, but for some reason I always enjoyed the idea of doing so. I don't know why, but I always did. So, you know, it's very enjoyable for me here to actually haul things.
Stay left.
And especially haul very heavy things, which, you know, require you to change your driving style. You need long stretches of roads to actually accelerate properly. You have to be careful about your speed and going down slopes when, you know, you have to start braking much earlier. Drawbridge, prepare to stop when lights flash. Does this bridge actually ever draw? I wonder. I doubt it. Oh wait, it's actually 50 here, not 55. Oh, this is an exit only, so of course we're gonna go left, I'm assuming.
Stay left.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, and now it's 60 again. Thanks for that. Full power! State law. Move over or slow down for... What did it say? Oh, for traffic. Oh, probably for the traffic coming from this side. Okay. It's kind of hazy, isn't it? Yeah. I just feel like there's a fog coming in. And I'm not sure. We're not really that close to the sea anymore. Might be the fog. I just quickly cancelled the cruise control and split the gears into low and then re-enabled cruise control.
Stay left.
I do like heavy trailers. It's a lot of fun. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I cannot really give you an explanation of why I find that enjoyable. You know, like, unlike with food where I can say, oh, it tastes so good and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Here it's just fun. Listening to the engine, the turbo going. Oh, there's something actually going too fast. It's 50 again. And the fact that not everything happens all at once. I'm just going to stay in the middle lane because the right one is going... Yep, there it is. It's going to be exit only once again, so... And I'm seriously thinking of removing this visor. It's actually quite annoying when you're the first in line at a traffic light. And even if the traffic lights are on the other side... Oh, look at that. Even if they're on the other side, it's still very annoying to try and... Is this Portland? I think this is Portland already. I mean, we should be crossing the river. If it is. I believe we're going through Portland. Let me see, where's the hill? Several bridges. I mean, if it is, this is the Vancouver and that will be Portland on the other side. Do I stay here or go right? He doesn't say. Ooh, power. I think we're going right, actually, judging by the map. He should tell me that much earlier.
Stay right.
There you go. Yeah, I think now we're in Portland. Yeah, there's the hill. Well, actually... I know I can just check the map, but... It's kind of weird all the same. There we go. Finally can have the Jake brake on for a longer time. Not that long, though. Okay, let me see. Excuse me. Yeah, that was Portland. Okay. I want to go to 8 low for better fuel economy, but then again, it's going to be a slope up here. Is this I-205? No, this is this the I can't remember. Anyway. Power! Need more power! It's gonna be exit only, so we're gonna meet the middle lane. Oops. Salem.
Stay left.
I remember when 2.5 years ago when I was in the US, me and Jesdemel were watching the sun eclipse. That was very cool. Unfortunately, we've decided not to go down to Salem because in Salem you could actually see the full sun eclipse, and you know, up in north in Portland it was like 99% eclipse or 99.5, but that small tiny percentage does make a pretty huge difference. You know, don't get me wrong, the actual eclipse was still very, very amazing to behold. I just wish we could have gotten the full experience. The reason we've decided not to go down to Salem is that all across the news they were talking about, don't go to Salem, it's going to be horrible, traffic is going to be chaos, people are going to be stuck in traffic jams for literally days. You know, the police and firefighters will probably be going around making sure that everything's alright, giving people water, emergency food. It was like Apocalypse Day. And later on, it turned out that it was nothing of the sort, that it was completely fine. I mean, of course, there was a lot of people, but nothing of the sort that they were talking about. Nobody got stuck in traffic for days, as far as I know. So that was a bit of a shame. But the eclipse was still nonetheless very, very interesting. And yeah, you can just imagine seeing an eclipse in ye olde days. There's no wonder people were scared of natural events, and you know, there was like they went hiding in religion and everything because they just couldn't explain it scientifically. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. It's actually 60 here, I didn't realize. But the really cool thing was, because we were not in the area where we could see the absolutely full eclipse, there was a pretty good upside to it. And that was the fact that there's some very strange lighting phenomena that happens when the eclipse is about to reach 100%. And because it never reached 100% from our viewpoint, it was skirting that fine line where that phenomena exists. Now, it's actually going too fast here. I honestly cannot remember what the phenomena is called. Is it like wind shadow? I don't know. I honestly cannot remember. But basically, what happens was, for a few minutes, when the eclipse was in full swing, there were these very, very, very strange lines going across, pretty much the entire area. You know, small lines. It's like if someone was to take, I don't know how to call it. That's an interesting maneuver. So that's not a cause of my mod. They still do this on normally. It's very weird. Oh, he was getting out of the way of that truck, probably. Never mind. Yeah, it's like if you were to take a grate, right? Like a metal grate with many, many like poles in between, and put it close, well, not that close to the sun, but sort of in a way that it would cast a shadow of lines, and then you would move that. It was bizarre. The lines were everywhere, and they were sort of almost like waving slightly, like water. It was absolutely bizarre. I've never seen anything.
Exit right.
Oh, bloody hell. I need to get out.
Exit right.
See, I'm not paying attention. Yeah, it was absolutely bizarre. I've never seen anything like it, and I doubt I will ever see anything like it again unless I see another eclipse like that. It was fantastic, though. So weird, so bizarre. And it actually, I think it's almost slightly messed with your vision, if I remember correctly. Not that, like, you wouldn't see things or something, but it was a weird play on everything because of that effect. It was really weird. Also very cool that, you know, in the middle of the day pretty much, it got almost completely dark. Like I said, we didn't have the full eclipse, so it wasn't pitch black or anything, but it was still a very, very cool experience. So if you ever have a chance to actually see an eclipse, even a partial one, I strongly suggest you take the opportunity and do it. Of course, make absolutely sure that you have proper protection for your eyes. I've heard people, you know, just stare at the sun, which is, jeez, so dangerous. It might not look like it's hurting your eyes because the sun is hiding behind the moon, but oh man, is it burning your eyes out. And also, we bought some glasses, right?
Go straight.
Pretty much like cinema paper glasses, but they had the proper UV protection and everything else in the filters, so we could watch the sun without damage. But we've heard that there was some Chinese manufacturers who are actually making sort of, well, not really knockoffs, but fake glasses, selling them for slightly cheaper, but they didn't actually work. I mean, can you imagine that? That's insane. I could just imagine how many people got their eyesight damaged because of that. It's completely crazy. Also, while we were outside watching this stuff, a lady across the road came over and was asking us, I don't know what, I cannot quite remember, but it was about the eclipse. And she didn't have glasses. She had a welding mask. So that was... I've never seen anyone use a welding mask to actually watch an eclipse. And I have no idea whether a welding mask has sufficient protection from that. I mean, obviously a welding mask is going to be pretty good because it needs to protect from the arc flashes. The actual welding flash. But I have no idea whether that is sufficient for protection from the sun. And if it's got, you know, all the other stuff, the UV protection and so on. But anyway, it was quite bizarre. I took a look, she gave me the welding mask and I took a quick peek through it, and it was sort of green tinted, so you didn't quite get the best experience with that. But yeah, I definitely didn't want to look through that for too long. Anyway, Jesdemil gave her pair of glasses. And because, you know, Jesdemil is too nice. And that was it. Look at that, full power, and oh, we're losing speed. We're probably gonna get overtaken now by cars. And the problem with the AI and long trailers, and if they don't overtake you in a reasonable amount of time, is that they will often just crash into you trying to get back onto your lane. It doesn't always happen, but it does happen sometimes. And it's quite annoying because, of course, you get ticketed for it. And no, I'm not using my hazards here. Even though I know that most truck drivers in the US would have their hazards on going this slow. But I honestly don't see that as helpful. Because what if there's an actual emergency right in front of you and you have to slam on your brakes? Then you need the hazards. Oh, look at... Are we in the red forest? Where are we? Let me just check the map for just a moment. It looks like the Sequoia Forest. Eugene... no. The Sequoia Forest is more over here, down here by Eureka. But then again, I don't know. There might be some stuff over there as well. We're going to be going through Klamath Falls. Sound familiar? In Fallout? Is this guy braking? Well, that's gonna take a while if we have to stay behind these guys, because they always brake so much, we lose the momentum. That guy can't be that loaded, it's just a single trailer. I mean, I've got the really heavy load here, and I'm way too close to the truck in front. Oh, what's this? Look, it's a rest stop. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for watching. We're gonna take it easy over here, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.